Welcome to Dr. ACR Academy. Today we are going to discuss about nutrition in plants, which is in CBSE 7th class Science Chapter 1. This is the overall concept map today we are going to discuss about. Living organisms are, for example, trees, plants, animals, including us, require food. Food is with various or many components, which all components are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. These components are called nutrients. Nutrients are used for building the body, for getting energy, and for growth in the organism and repair of tissues. Nutrients are acquired by the process called nutrition. What is nutrition? Nutrition is the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. I repeat again. Nutrition is the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. Based on the way nutrition is divided into three groups based on the way how they acquire food. The first is autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition, and saprotrophic nutrition. I repeat again: autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition, and saprotrophic nutrition. Plants are the examples of autotrophs as they make their own food. These are the examples of heterotrophs. These cannot make their own food, so they depend on other organisms. Fungi and mushrooms are examples of saprotrophs because as they rely on dead and decaying matter. Now, first let us discuss about autotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition means auto means self, tropes means nourishment. They mean that the organism makes its own food. We can find autotrophic nutrition in plants, and the organisms which follow autotrophic nutrition are called autotrophs. These autotrophs prepare their own food by a process called photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? The photosynthesis is a process in which in green plants and some other organisms by which carbohydrates are synthesized from carbon dioxide and water using sunlight as an energy source. I repeat again. The photosynthesis is the process in green plants and some other organisms by which carbohydrates are synthesized from carbon dioxide and water using sunlight as an energy source. Photosynthesis mainly occurs in leaves and some other green parts and stems. Leaves are called the food factory of the plant because they create the food. Leaves is Leaves have a pigment called chlorophyll present in them. Chlorophyll is also present in algae. Algae appears in green patches and it is very slimy. Algae appears slimy in green patches and it is found in water bodies. Chlorophyll is present in plant cells with cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus. This is a plant cell. Here, the blue marks indicate the plasma membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus, which is in a ball-like structure, ball-like shape, and is in purple color. In cytoplasm, a green organelle is there in the plant cell, which is called a chloroplast. Inside the chloroplast, there is a green pigment which is called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the green pigment. As we discussed, this green pigment captures energy from the sun. Sun is the ultimate energy source. Now let us discuss about the raw materials needed to make food. Water, carbon dioxide. Water and carbon dioxide. Water is present in the soil, and this water is absorbed by the roots, and this water is conducted to the leaf by pipe-like structures which are called vessels. They go through roots, stems, and branches. Now we'll discuss about the other important raw material, which is carbon dioxide. Plants get carbon dioxide from the air, and the air goes through comes through leaf pores called stromata, and stromata is protected by cells called guard cells. This is the internal plant is a internal cell of plant. Here I come again. This is the internal structure of the leaf. Here an opening is you can see opening here, which is called stromata, where exchange of gases is done, and it is protected by cells called guard cells. Here you can see microscopic. Photosynthesis also occurs in other green parts like non-green leaves, branches, and stems. We all think that only green leaves have the process of photosynthesis in them, but the photosynthesis process is also found in other non-green leaves. They have different colors because the non-green pigment may be a lot in them. As we discussed, photosynthesis mainly occurs in leaves, and in few plants like desert plants it mainly occurs in stems, because desert plants do not have leaves at all. These leaves are modified as scales or spine like leaves. They have spine like leaves because they lose water in the heat, so to reduce it they have spine like leaves to reduce the water loss through transpiration. Now we can see a few examples of desert plants. As you can see, the stem is green and the spine, they are its leaves. Now let us look at the products of photosynthesis. They are food and oxygen. Oxygen is released into the air, and food is in the form of starch, and starch is a carbohydrate. Starch can be confirmed by iodine test. If you want to check if starch is present in item, you need to do a iodine test. The outcomes, if it comes blue, it means positive. Positive means it has starch in it. The item has starch in it. If the item is as it is in the same color, it has no starch in it. Starch is a carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is with carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, which is used to make proteins and fats. Proteins are nitrogenous substances. Gets these nitrogenous substances as usable nitrogen. There is a high amount of nitrogen present in the air as gaseous nitrogen. This nitrogen cannot be absorbed directly by the plants, so it is absorbed by the soil bacteria, converts it into usable nitrogen. Soil bacteria like rhizobium is present in the root nodules like of legumes, grams, peas, mung, and beans. You can see white arrow marks pointing at the root nodules. In these root nodules, the soil bacteria, which is rhizobium, is present in them. Here we can see some common edible legumes like peanuts, beans, and chickpeas, and their root nodules. You can see rhizobium inside these root nodules. In the cultivation of crops, the soil loses its nutrients because the plant absorbs the nutrients. Farmers replenish these nutrients by adding biomanicures and chemical fertilizers. It's not manures. It's not manicure. It's manures. Fertilizers include nitrogen fertilizers, potassium, or phosphorus. Here you can see chemical fertilizers. Now here we can see the four requirements for the process of photosynthesis. It is the sun, which is the ultimate source of energy, and the leaf, which has chlorophyll in it, and carbon dioxide, and water. The water and carbon dioxide enters through the leaf pores, which are called stomata, and the water comes through vessels and reaches the leaf. And in this process, the in the process of photosynthesis, the leaf gives out starch and oxygen. Oxygen is released into the air, and starch is used to make food in the form of fruits and other storable parts. Here is the equation of photosynthesis. In the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, carbon dioxide and water mix together and give out starch and oxygen. Water plus carbon dioxide with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll is equal to starch plus oxygen. Usually plants show autotrophic nutrition in them as they make their own food, but few plants show heterotrophic nutrition in them, which includes parasitic plants and insectivorous plants. The basic difference between parasitic plants and insectivorous plants is parasitic plants are without chlorophyll and insectivorous plants are with chlorophyll. That is the reason they appear green. Now, come let us discuss about parasitic plants. As they are without chlorophyll, they can't make their food. So they completely depend on other plants for complete nutrition. So the plants which they depend on are called host plants. And plants like Cuscuta are examples of parasitic plants. Now, let us talk about the insectivorous plants. These plants trap and digest these insects for nitrogen, and as they are with chlorophyll but they lack the source of nutrition, nitrogen, they trap and eat the insects. Insectivorous plants like pitcher plant are with pitchers. Pitcher is a modified leaf of the plant, and the pitcher are closed and opened by a small cap-like thing which is called a lid. And this pitcher is with downward air, downward hair. When an insect comes inside the pitcher to look if something is there. The lid closes and the hair pushes it down, and it releases digestive juices and digests the insect and gets its nitrogen. The other mode of nutrients is heterotrophic nutrition. Nu- nutrition. The heterotrophic nutrition which use heterotrophic nutrition organisms are called heterotrophs. Like animals, they can't make their own food, so they depend on other organisms. The final mode of nutrition is saprotrophic nutrition. Saprotrophic nutrition, organism which have saprotrophic nutrition are called saprotrophs. And saprotrophs depend on dead and decaying matter. And these saprotrophs, example is fungi. Fungi even includes mushroom, and fungi produces spores. Spores germinate on wet and warm conditions. These are the spores. The important point of fungi is that few fungi live together with some other organisms. This process is called symbiosis. Biosis is seen in plants and fungi, and symbiosis in lichens is, are, is the is the association between algae and fungi. Algae provides food to the fungi, and fungi provides minerals, water, and shelter. Here you can see the example of lichens. Select the correct type of nutrition for the given numbers and tell me down in the comment box below. Please subscribe and hit the thumbs up if you like our videos.